All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And today, we are all about the 2025 Acura RDX.
Okay.
Acura's website has been, making a lot of noise about this redesign.
Right.
So we're going to break it all down for you.
Yeah.
What's new, what's hot, and
Okay.
what's real and what's hype with all this premium sport talk that they've got going on.
Right.
My first impression from looking at the website is that they've definitely gone bold with the styling.
Yes.
And 16 speakers in the audio system.
Wow.
I mean, that's a concert on wheels.
That's a lot of speakers.
So where do we even begin?
I think it's clear that Acura is trying to carve out a space in what is a super competitive market.
Right.
They're going for not just luxury,
Yeah.
but luxury with an edge.
Okay.
So think of that buyer who appreciates a refined ride, but still wants to feel that connection to the road. Maybe even a little thrill when they hit the gas.
Okay, so let's talk about that edge, because the website
Right.
is throwing around some serious style terms.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got frameless diamond Pentagon grille. We've got dragon tail taillights.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, are we at a car show or are we reading a fantasy novel?
Well, I think it's fascinating how Acura is using design to really tell a story here.
Okay.
They're trying to project this image of boldness and even a little bit of futurism.
Okay.
That frameless grille, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely meant to turn heads. It's a risk, for sure. Some people might love it.
Right.
Some people might find it a bit too aggressive.
Yeah, and speaking of aggressive, they're not shying away from bold colors either.
No, they're not.
I mean, you've got urban gray pearl,
Yeah.
liquid carbon metallic, and they even have a performance red pearl.
Nice.
I mean, this is not blending in with the beige crowd, are we?
Not at all.
They do mention, though, potential limitations on some combinations.
Oh, really?
I guess the supply chain woes are still...
Yeah, I guess so. It's a sign of the times, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I do think it's smart of Acura to offer that range of colors, appealing to the different personalities.
Yeah.
Showing that they're thinking about individual style.
Right.
Which reinforces that premium feel.
Okay, well now, for the part that I know you're itching to talk about.
All right.
Let's talk about what's under the hood.
Let's do it.
Okay, we've got a 272 horsepower VTEC turbo engine.
Okay.
Paired with their super handling all-wheel drive.
Right. Now, for anyone who isn't fluent in car speak,
Yes.
break down this SHAWD magic for us.
What is the big deal with this?
Okay, so think of it this way. You're on a winding road, and you're pushing the RDX a bit.
Okay.
And suddenly you hit a patch of wet pavement.
Okay.
With SHAWD, the car is constantly analyzing the road conditions and shifting power between all four wheels to maximize grip and stability.
Okay.
You might not even notice it working,
Yeah.
but you'll feel it, that sense of confidence and control. That keeps you planted even when the road gets a little tricky.
So it's not just about raw power, then it's about
control.
Yeah, we know.
Control power, exactly.
And speaking of control,
Yeah,
the driver gets to choose from 4 IDS drive modes.
I like that.
Comfort, normal, sport, and snow.
Nice.
So it's like picking the personality of your car for the day.
Yeah.
Right.
It gives the driver that ability to fine-tune the driving experience.
Okay.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
Do you want a smooth, relaxed ride? Or are you looking for something a bit more responsive and engaging?
Okay.
So the RDX aims to deliver both.
Well, I'll admit it, the feature that I'm geeking out about is that ELS Studio 3D audio system
Oh, yeah.
with 16 speakers.
16.
16.
Wow.
And they're not messing around.
Okay.
These are tuned by Grammy-winning Elliott Shiner.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, this is going to be more than just marketing fluff, right?
Well, think about what Elliott Shiner is known for. Creating these immersive, nuanced soundscapes that really draw you in.
Right.
So applying that expertise to a car audio system is a really interesting move.
Yeah.
It shows that Acura is aiming for a listening experience that goes beyond just loud.
Okay.
They want to create a sense of space depth, almost like you're in a recording studio on wheels.
Okay, I'm sold.
All right.
But it's not just about the audio, right? They've got all the other tech goodies, too.
Yeah.
They've got wireless, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, a 10.2-inch full HD center display, wireless charging.
Gotta have it.
I mean, they're checking all the boxes here.
It's clear that they're really trying to create that holistic, premium experience. where every detail, from the drive to the technology, even down to the overall ambiance, contributes to that sense of luxury and sophistication.
Okay.
Even those little touches, like the ambient lighting inspired by famous racetracks.
Oh, yeah.
They all add to that story they're trying to tell.
So they're not just selling a car, they're selling
They're selling a vibe, an experience.
Yeah, an experience.
Exactly. They're trying to appeal to a buyer who appreciates those details. Someone who wants something more than just basic transportation.
All right, well, let's talk numbers now.
Yeah.
Time to break down these packages and pricing.
Let's do it.
Because Acura's website has laid it all out.
Oh, yeah.
And we are here to decipher it all for you.
Yes, we are. And let's keep in mind that bigger question as we go through these packages.
All right.
Is Acura offering good value compared to its competitors? That starting price of $44,700 is just the beginning.
Right.
A fully loaded A-Spec Advanced package bumps that up to $55,050.
Wow, luxury does not come cheap.
It does not.
But hey, at least you get a panoramic moonroof as standard, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
That's got to count for something.
It does. It's a feature that a lot of buyers in this segment expect. So including it as standard shows that Acura is paying attention to what's important to their target market.
Right. So climbing the ladder, we've got the technology package, which adds navigation, that amazing ELS audio system we talked about, and wireless charging. Then there's the A-Spec package, all about that sporty look and feel.
Right.
20-inch wheels, those bold red leather seats.
Nice.
Is definitely making a statement.
Yeah, it is.
And then finally the A-Spec Advanced package, which throws in all the bells and whistles, surround view camera, ventilated seats, the works.
What's interesting about these packages is how they cater to different priorities. The technology package is for the tech-savvy buyer.
Right.
The A-Spec for someone who prioritizes style and performance. And the advanced package is for the buyer who wants it all.
Right.
So Acura's offering a lot of flexibility here.
Okay, last but not least, Acura doesn't want you to just drive their brand.
No.
They want you to wear it too. They've got a whole section on their site dedicated to Acura genuine accessories.
Right.
We're talking illuminated door sill trim, blacked out emblems.
I like it.
They even have 20-inch black wheels.
Nice.
Is this just a cash grab?
Okay.
Or a clever marketing strategy?
Well, this raises an interesting question.
Yeah.
Are they just trying to sell more stuff? Or is there something deeper going on here?
Okay.
I think it's the latter.
All right.
By offering branded accessories, Acura is tapping into brand loyalty, creating a lifestyle around their vehicles, giving owners a way to personalize their RDX, make it their own, and show off their affinity for the brand.
It's like they're creating an Acura club.
Yeah.
And these accessories are your membership badge.
It's all about creating an experience that extends beyond just the car itself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a smart strategy for sure.
Yeah.
But let's circle back to that question of value for a moment.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We've seen the features, the tech, those tempting packages.
Yeah.
But how does the 2025 RDX really stack up against its rivals?
Right.
In that luxury SUV arena?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And to be honest, it's tough to say definitively just from the website.
Right.
I mean, we'd need to see it in action.
Yeah.
Take it for a spin.
Yeah.
Compare it head-to-head with the competition.
Right.
But based on what Acura is presenting, they're definitely making a strong play.
I think so.
They're hitting those key points.
Yeah.
Design, performance, tech.
Right.
And that starting price isn't outrageous for this class of vehicle.
I agree. And they're clearly targeting a specific type of buyer here.
Okay.
Someone who appreciates that blend of sportiness and sophistication. Someone who wants a vehicle that can handle both a spirited drive and a comfortable cruise.
Right.
It's not trying to be all things to all people. And that's actually a good thing.
Okay.
It allows them to really hone in on their niche and create a really tailored experience.
But that niche is getting pretty crowded these days.
It is.
It seems like every luxury brand is trying to capture that sporty yet refined magic.
Exactly.
Even some mainstream brands are pushing up scale.
Yeah.
With their top-tier models.
Absolutely. So Acura has to work harder to stand out.
Right.
They can't just rely on their reputation for reliability and value anymore.
Right.
They need to create an emotional connection with buyers.
Okay.
And that's where the design, the tech, that whole premium sport ethos comes in.
Right.
They need to make you feel something
Yeah.
when you see this car.
It goes back to that Acura website.
Yeah.
And they're not just listing specs and features.
Right.
They're telling a story.
They are.
A story about pushing boundaries, embracing innovation, and enjoying the drive.
I like it.
It's about more than just getting from point A to point B.
Exactly. And that's what resonates with buyers today. It's not just about transportation.
Right.
It's about an experience, a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And Acura seems to understand that.
Okay.
And they're reflecting it in how they're presenting the RDX.
All right, listener, let's put you in the driver's seat for a second.
Okay.
Imagine yourself cruising down the highway
Right.
in this sleek, redesigned RDX.
I'm there.
You've got that panoramic moonroof, open the wind in your hair, and those 16 glorious speakers pumping out your favorite tunes.
Nice.
Crystal clear, thanks to Mr. Grammy-winning Elliot Shiner himself.
Love it.
What's the feeling you get? Are you buying into this premium sport Acura vibe?
That's the key question, isn't it?
It is.
Because ultimately, it's not about what we think.
Right.
It's about what resonates with you, the buyer. Acura has put together a compelling package.
Yeah.
But whether it connects with your individual needs and desires,
Right.
that's a personal choice.
Yeah, so true. And that's the beauty of having so many options. In the car market these days, there's something for everyone, from the practical to the extravagant.
Absolutely.
Speaking of extravagant,
Okay.
let's touch on those Acura genuine accessories one more time.
Right.
Do you think those tricked out door sills and blacked out emblems are actually worth the extra cash?
Okay.
Or are we being seduced by clever marketing?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because it's not really about the objective value of those accessories. It's about the perceived value, the emotional connection they create.
Right.
You know, for some buyers, those little details are what make their car feel truly unique and special.
Right.
It's a way to personalize their ride and express their personality.
It's like that saying, it's the little things that matter.
Precisely. And Acura is tapping into that human desire for personalization and self-expression.
Okay.
You know, think about it this way. You're not just buying a car.
Right.
You're buying into a lifestyle, a community.
Right.
Those accessories are like badges of membership.
Yeah.
Subtle signals to other Acura enthusiasts that you're part of the club.
And let's be real, there's a little bit of a keeping up with the Joneses element to it too, right?
Yeah.
You see your neighbor roll up in their fully loaded RDX, sporting those snazzy black wheels and glowing door sills.
Right.
And you're like, hey, I want a piece of that action.
You're absolutely right. There's definitely a social aspect to it.
Right.
It's not just about impressing yourself. It's about projecting a certain image to the world.
Yeah.
And Acura knows that they're leveraging those psychological triggers to create that sense of desirability around their brand.
Clever Acura. But let's not get too lost in the marketing machinations.
Right.
At the end of the day, the 2025 RDX has to deliver on its promises.
It does.
It has to drive well, feel luxurious, and offer the tech and features that today's buyers demand.
Agreed. And based on what we've seen from Acura in the past, they have a pretty good track record of delivering on those expectations.
Right.
But of course, the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Right.
We'll have to wait for the official reviews and real-world feedback to see if the 2025 RDX truly lives up to the hype.
Well said. All right, listener, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've dissected the design, explored the tech, and even delved into the psychology of Acura's marketing strategy. We've analyzed their website, considered their target audience, and weighed the pros and cons of their various package options.
He did all that.
But now we want to hear from you.
Yes, we do.
What are your initial impressions of the 2025 Acura RDX?
Does it pique your interest?
Does it check all the boxes on your luxury SUV wish list?
And perhaps most importantly, does it make you feel anything?
Yeah, because in the end, buying a car is an emotional decision.
It is.
As much as a practical one.
Absolutely. So take some time to browse the Acura website yourself.
Yes.
Especially that 360-degree viewer. Picture yourself behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Imagine that ELS sound system enveloping you in a symphony of sound.
Right.
And then ask yourself, is this the car for me?
We always say knowledge is power.
We do.
And in this case, it's the power to make an informed decision.
Yes.
When it comes to your next car purchase.
And remember,
yeah,
there's no right or wrong answer here.
Right.
What matters is finding the vehicle that best fits your individual needs, lifestyle, and budget.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But before we wrap up,
right,
I can't resist bringing up one final point from the Acura website that really caught my eye.
Okay.
It's a subtle detail.
But I think it speaks volumes about Acura's intentions with the RDX.
Right.
Remember those taillights we talked about?
Yeah.
The dragon tail ones?
Those dramatic sweeping LEDs.
Yeah.
What about them?
Well, Acura describes them as having a three-dimensional quality.
Okay.
Now, obviously, all taillights are three-dimensional in a literal sense.
Yeah.
But I think Acura is using that term to convey something more.
Okay.
They're hinting at a level of depth and sophistication, a design that goes beyond the superficial.
Yeah, that's a really astute observation. It ties back to what we've been discussing this whole time. Acura's desire to elevate the RDX beyond just a practical, functional SUV, they're striving for something more artistic, more emotionally engaging.
Exactly. They're not just illuminating the road behind you.
Right.
They're making a statement.
Yeah.
These taillights are like a little wink.
I like that.
To anyone who's paying attention.
Yeah. A sign that Acura is thinking about design in a more holistic way.
Right.
Even down to the smallest details.
And that is the essence of good design.
Yeah.
It's not just about aesthetics. It's about conveying a message.
Right.
A feeling, an idea.
Right.
Acura's clearly put a lot of thought into every aspect of this RDX.
Yeah.
And these taillights are just one small example of their commitment to creating a vehicle that stands out from the crowd.
So listener, as you go forth and explore the 2025 Acura RDX for yourself, remember to look beyond the specs and features.
Yeah.
Pay attention to those subtle details, the design cues.
The overall feeling.
Yeah, the overall feeling the car evokes.
Does this vehicle speak to me?
Yeah, does it reflect my personality and aspirations?
Because at the end of the day, the best car is the one that makes you feel good. The one that brings a smile to your face every time you get behind the wheel.
Right, and who knows? Maybe the 2025 RDX is just the car to spark that joy.
It could be.
Only one way to find out.
That's right. Head over to the Acura website.
Yes.
Dive into those photos and videos and see for yourself what this premium sport crossover is all about.
We've given you the knowledge.
We have.
Now it's time to apply it.
Absolutely. And be sure to join us next time for another deep dive into the world of automotive innovation.
Until then, happy driving.
See ya.